So as you can see, the awning way up there is a little bit too high for me to reach the legs of the awning in order to anchor it. You can anchor it along the top here where there are slots for you to put the legs in, or they have provided some tent packs for you to put it on the ground. Of course, assuming you can get to it in the first place. So the other thing that I have not tried previously is this outside shower, which I have extended. And as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Just unfill it from the enclosure that is attached to the side of the camper and expand it. So the other thing I'm going to try in a little bit is to actually take an outside shower to make sure everything works. I'm not sure if it is worth showing, but here's the cassette toilet. Actually, that's the wrong key. That's the key. And that's basically the standard setup. Pull it out and you can dump it. So the other thing about the camper is that I don't think it's explicitly spelled out in the website or in any of their videos, is that the shower, the indoor shower, drains out underneath the camper as opposed to into the gray tank. So let me see if it will show up on the video. What I have here is attached a hose, this white hose here, that is attached to the outlet of where the shower drains out. So it's I believe a garden thread angle outlet. I have to change it to a smaller one so I can attach a hose to it. Otherwise, it will just drain onto the bed of the camper, and I don't want that. And obviously, you can see on the camper, it has legs. There, I think one I can really see, but there's like legs on each end and in the middle. I made some aluminum blocks to raise it up just a little bit. Previously, I had wood blocks cut out. They work, but it's a little bit too high clearance from the truck cab. So I made some, and then they don't have smaller wood blocks that I feel comfortable with. I don't want it to get split up and smashed, so I used aluminum blocks to raise it up maybe ½ an inch on top of the truck bed mat. So to continue the theme of the outside, that's the clearance that I have. Let me see if I can show you. That's the clearance I have for the between the cab and the automobile alcove section. See if I can actually try to climb up here. So there's this little antenna thing. I think I have maybe 1.5 inches clearance. So I should be good. So these ratchet tie downs just goes onto the anchor in the truck bed. So as you can see, that's how it hooks up. Same on the other side. What else on the outside? Oh, you might have noticed or wonder what this thing is. This is where the gray water actually comes out. So there is a bilge pump that would pump out your gray water when you turn it on. So you can attach a hose to this if you want, or you can drive the truck up next to a tree and just turn it on, and it will shoot out like a faucet. So I'm going to actually try the outdoor shower. This is where you plug in. So this is a plastic piece. It actually broke already. I think this plastic is a little bit brittle when exposed to the sun. So unfortunately, it broke. And I believe I just need to stick the end in there. That's my guess. Okay, probably goes in this way. There it goes, snaps in. And then I suppose that turns, if the water pump is running, give you more cold water, hot water. The water pump should be running. Oh, yep. Yep, it's running. So maybe I will try take a shower. That's really hot, I suppose. Turn it all the way. I have to try and see what setting is the best. Using the cooktop to make some soup right now. Powered by the little propane tank from the outside. So it should heat up pretty quickly. So to give you a deeper dive into the camper, I have opened up this panel here. This is where all the fuse and charge controller, solar charge controller, that's the fuse. This is the control unit for the display tablet up at the top. Other things that are hidden behind this panel here, there's like a main fuse. So that one shouldn't have to be set unless you do something really bad. So all these things probably doesn't need to be touched in most cases. This little cabinet here, there's a DC battery charge controller. Again, I don't think you need to mess with that. So inside this thing here, you have the water tank. Kind of dark, so I don't know, probably can't see a thing in there. Let me see if I can get a flashlight. There's your water tank. And let me attempt to show you where the battery and inverter is. I have to remove this cushion. Kind of hard to remove with one hand, but let me try. Well, let me put the phone down and remove the cushion and show you. All right, remove the seat cushion. So here's the battery. Let me get my flashlight again. All right, I have my flashlight on so you can see the battery. It is a lithium iron phosphate battery, 1920 watt hour, and right now it's at 97%. And there's your power inverter, 1000 watts, surge to 2000. I wish they had provided something a little bit stronger. Probably 2000 would be optimal. And then a additional battery. So this is the inside where you can kind of like put a lot of things in here. So I'm going to show off what it looks like when you first get into the camper when it's all dark. Can't see a thing. So let's go on to the control panel, which I have already turned on. And I switch to the page where you have the countertop lighting, bathroom lighting, sea lighting, alcove lighting. Everything is lit up now. Kind of messy kitchen since I just finished cooking. And then let me just pan around. Lighting in the bed. Lighting under the seat. There's the touch lighting in the bed area as well. And then there's the lighting in the back. Just tap on the button or touchpad at the top of the light. This one, they had a little sensor touchpad. Turn it on and off. And similarly, the bathroom. Lighting is on. And then there's the touch lighting at the top as well. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Lighting inside the camper fully lit up at night. So last time I was trying to show the dinette area to convert into a bed. So to do it, basically you just flip open the leaves. This flips up and you just have to push down to the right level. We'll close it. So there are some fill cushions that you can use to fill the space. And I need to move it down some more, like right there. This cushion. And now it's kind of flat. Maybe a little bit too low, but that's okay. My fill cushion, I have kind of left it in there, inside here. Let me see if I can get it out. So here's what the dinette area that turns into a bed looks like. Very spacious. Let me see if I can show. Getting up here. Yep. So while I have taken the cushion out, this is the dinette area seating. With the cushion removed, I can get access to the storage area in here. So there's my extra sleeping bag. It's a very deep storage area. Basically, this whole seating area is storage. And that's where I store my cushion in there. And actually, there's a light in here as well. I don't know if here you can see it. And it passes through to the side. So you can also remove the cushion on the side, and there's a lid that you can open. Same with the ones on the right hand side. So the other thing I forgot to show, didn't get to show, is the outdoor lighting. So you have the porch light, which is this one right here. You have the left outdoor lighting and the right outdoor lighting. Now the whole campsite outside is lit up. Let me show you. This is the rear outdoor lighting. That's the left side. Pretty bright LED. And here's the right side. You can see the whole campsite area is practically lit up. And let me turn it back off, and then you can see all three lights are off. And it's pitch black. So the last thing for me to show would be the spar heater inside the cabinet. I kind of opened the door already, since I need kind of both hands to open it. So I think that's the boiler unit. And then that one under the black cover, that's a holding tank for the coolant that circulates the boiler to heat things up. And then you have all the water lines. I'm not sure exactly which one is which. I'm sure red is hot, blue is probably cold water that goes in, red is probably hot water that comes out, and then some of the coolant lines that circulates between the coolant tank and the boiler unit. It's 7 o'clock and it's already down to 44 degrees outside. And it's dropping. I believe tonight it's going to be in the 30s, probably low 30s, possibly freezing outside. And it's about 58, 60 degrees inside. I haven't turned on the heater yet. I really wanted to just jump right in. Beautiful pool. A little bit too cold right now. Maybe come back in a month or two.